Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll be working on this Distress Butterfly Bob Wig. First, I'm going to start off by just showing you guys the hair that I'm using. The hair is the Spring Twist. The brand is Belief. And the color that I'm using is the, as you can see, DL Wine. And that's the blue and wine color. Okay, so... And I got this from Amazon. So it comes in this pack, and it comes three in the pack. It comes three in the pack, and I paid like 20. I think it was about $22. I will list it in the description box. I'll double check that. Listed in the description box. And I went ahead and separated my hair here, so once I'm ready, I could just grab it. First, we're gonna start off by taking a needle, and I'm not using the regular size needle for this. You can. But this is the size that I'm using. If that's what you have, you can use it. So I'm just going to go through the mesh. And you want to place it, the needle as close to the cap as possible to ensure that just a little bit of space away, but as close as possible. Put the hair in. Going to close the latch. Pull that through. And it doesn't matter if it's securely placed. So I'm just going to pull it through once and then twice and then pull that in. And because you're going to wrap around the base, it doesn't matter. So you just want to pull that in. And then we're going to place one here as well. So I'm going to grab it from my rack. Take that. Go through here. And you want to make sure it's as close as possible to the closure. Just to give it a little spacing though. You don't want it to be exactly upon the closure, but just as close as possible. We're going to close the latch. Pull that through. And usually the bigger needle slides through a little bit easier, especially with this amount of hair. But so once and then twice. I put it on, pull it in. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do now to start the lock, I'm gonna grab my first piece of hair to start the lock. I'm gonna go through the knot right here on the hair that I crocheted in. Gonna put that in the needle, close it, pull it through, and then I'm gonna pull that one side through and leave it like this. Okay, so pull it through the knot, and then I'm gonna pull the knot together. I'm gonna pull the knot together, hold it in my hands, and let me pull it closer so you guys can see. I'm gonna take one piece, put it with this here, and then I'm gonna start wrapping from the roots of our twist here. We're gonna wrap around, wrap it around, wrap it around. After we've wrapped to secure the base, I'm gonna take piece of the hair that I have from here. I'm gonna take it from here and put it with this piece that I'm using to wrap. So I'm taking a piece of the hair from here. I'm gonna put it with this piece that I'm using to wrap, and I'm just gonna continue wrapping. Okay, I'm gonna continue wrapping. Gonna wrap about 2-3 more times, and then I'm gonna start making my knot on the lock. So I push my finger through, wrap around twice on the top, then go to the bottom of the lock, wrap around twice. Then I'm gonna take my thumb again. The hair is getting mixed up, sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna take my thumb again, stick that through the middle of the hair. I'm gonna wrap around twice at the top to secure my hair. You could do it twice, 3 times, but don't try to do more than once, because you want to make sure that your lock is firm, that it's not going to start curling up or it's right. So I'm going to wrap it because I want it to be nice and uniform like the rest of the lock while making it a little bit thicker. And so I'm going to go under now. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to form another knot. Push my finger through here. Wrap. 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to come below here. Wrap. And since I'm out of here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a piece of my hair from my rack. I'm going to add it to this. I'm going to hold it like this. I'm going to make the shorter piece stay on that side and start wrapping with the longer piece and putting it with this piece that where the hair stopped, right? I'm going to continue wrapping. Wrap it until you know it's firmly wrapped around. Then I'm going to make a knot. Go around once, twice, 3 times. Then I'm going to go below because that's thick enough. Wrap once, twice, 3 times. I'm going to take a piece of the hair from here because remember we just added. I'm going to put it with here to make this thicker for my wrapping. And then I'm just going to continue. I'm just going to form a knot. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to go below. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to form another knot. 1, 2, 3. Go below. To secure the knot, always wrap at the top, wrap at the bottom, wrap at the top, wrap at the bottom. Go around about, especially if you're a beginner, you want to make sure it's nice and secure. Do 3 to you could do 2 to 3 times or more, depending on how thick you want your lock to be. Okay. Now I can take a piece off from here. I'm gonna make another knot. Wrap. Go below, secure that knot. So what I do to make sure it's uniform, I look at here to see. So okay, so I'm gonna wrap. And you could do some a little bit longer or short if you want to have dimension to your hair. It doesn't have to be on the same, but to get a range, sometimes I measure it up because I don't want it to be too far off. So I'm gonna start wrapping back up. So basically, let me show you what I'm doing. So now I'm gonna stop the lock here. It's smaller here, but don't worry, because once I bend it and it start going back up, then it's gonna get thicker in the ends like this one. So we're gonna fold it, put my finger here, fold it, take this, wrap it around my finger like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna move my finger and keep twisting that around on the ends. As you can see, twist it around. I take it to the bottom and I wrap it back here. And what I do sometimes at the ends, if you don't have like a lot of hair, what you could do to make it even look thicker, I form a knot. So I'm gonna put my thumb here and then I wrap it to the top twice. Then I'm gonna go to the bottom twice and then take it back up here. And that's the ending of my lock. So this is what we have for the first one. And then I'm going to go in and do this one here. So the first thing we want to do is pull this and secure the base like we did for the first one. Just wrap around until the base is fully covered. You don't want to have any hair poking out to make sure it's neat. But the hair underneath doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be covered. So I'm just going to wrap around the base. Okay, after I wrap around the base, I'm going to take a piece of hair from here to add with that. And I'm going to keep wrapping. So I will be using the Murray's Edge Wax to do my braid here. You can use this or you can use the jam. I really like how this holds the hair in. So I'm just going to put some on here. You don't have to braid it all the way to the ends because it's going to be wrapped. So let's now we're just going to start doing a lock on the hair. So before I start wrapping, usually what I do, I pull this to make the piece that I'm going to be using to wrap the hair a little bit longer, or way longer. I'm going to take this little piece, put it with this piece that I have here, and I'm going to start wrapping the root. And when I'm going around the root, I make it really snug because it's not on the scalp, so like someone's scalp. So I go around really tight around the braid to make sure it's nice and neat. And I'm going to wrap it a few times around here to secure that. And then I'm on the third wrap, so I'm just going to come take it around for the fourth time. I'm going to take piece of the hair from here, like the hair that's here, put it with this here. And then I'm going to keep wrapping like I did with the other one. Okay, I'm going to keep wrapping. I'm going to wrap around about twice. So once, twice, and then I'm going to start making my knot. So I'm going to push my finger through here in the middle. Wrap this around at the top. About twice, because this is already thick. So I can wrap it around about twice, and then I'm going to go below to secure my knot. So I'm going to make another knot. I'm going to push my finger through here, wrap it around at the top. and go below to secure my knot again. Take another knot, wrap around, go below, and see it's getting smaller and thinner, so I'm going to take a piece from here because I have enough here. If you don't have enough here to take from here, then you could just add another piece. So I'm going to continue wrapping because that was not as thick as I wanted it to be to make the braid even. So I'm going to push my finger through here, wrap it in the top twice, then wrap below. So when your hair is not as thick as you want it to make the braid even going through with the same thickness, then you can add here. Okay, or just keep wrapping. For this one, I'm running out, so I'm going to take a piece from my rack. I'm going to add it to this. And I'm going to keep wrapping. 1, 2, going to make a knot, wrap it around, and go below. Okay, so we're just going to keep wrapping until we get to the point where it's the same length as the one that we've already done. So it's right there. So I'm just going to wrap around in that same spot to close it off. See, it's a bit smaller. But what I'm going to do is stick my finger here, wrap it around my finger, take it around, pull my finger out, and just secure the ends and start working my way back up the lock. And I'm going to make a knot right here, put my finger through, take it around, and go to the bottom. Then start going back up the lock. I want to make another knot. This one I'm not going to go to the bottom, I'm just going to keep working up. And that's the end of our lock. Okay, now we're going to move on to this one. Okay guys, so as soon as we add the spring twist here to the braid using a crochet needle, we're going to go around the wrap around the root around 3 to 4 times to secure the root. After we've secured the root, we're going to add additional hair to make the hair thicker, and we're going to keep wrapping. And after we've added the hair, we're going to wrap around about 2 to 3 times depending on how thick you want your lock to be, and then we're going to start making our knot. Okay guys, so we're just going to continue the same process down while we're making our lock. We're going to make the knot. Remember to wrap around and the top of the knot 2 to 3 times, and then we're going to go below the knot to secure the knot, wrap 2 to 3 times, and we're going to continue going down by adding hair to ensure that we have enough hair to wrap our lock, to ensure that it has the same thickness going through. Okay, so now we're going to add additional hair to continue with our lock, and you want to make sure that when you're adding the hair, you're going to wrap around 2 to 3 times to ensure that the hair is secured. Then you're going to continue making your knot and securing the knot on the lock. Okay guys, so I'm going to show you how I thicken my lock. Like for instance, when I started out with the wig, I was doing it a little bit smaller, but I went back and thickened them because I think I prefer that look. So usually what I do is like this one, I'm going to thicken it. So I'm going to take the hair, right? I'm going to pull it this way, start wrapping. Wrap around twice. And then I'm going to take this piece, join it together and wrap. I'm going to put my finger here, make a knot to the top here. Wrap it a few times to thicken the top. And I'm going to come one more time. Then I'm going to go below to secure the knot. I'm going to form another knot, wrap it. Just going to keep doing the same process as how I would do if I'm making a lock from the start. But you see how I added it here? So that's how I would join it to the braid, to the lock, to thicken it. And just continue making my knots going down. Okay guys, so this is our finished product, and I went ahead and add some accessories to our wig. And what I did was I went in as well as I showed you how I thickened the lock. I went in and thickened a few of the locks around the rim instead of, because I was going to add a few more pieces to the back. I'm like, I don't want it to be too weighty, too heavy. So instead I just went back and thickened some of the locks that I have. And this is our finished look. So this can be worn as a center part or a side part. So you're able to shift to the center, to the side. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Okay guys, so this is our finished look after adding on mousse. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Please leave a comment in the comment section if you have any questions. Please feel free to go ahead and hit that subscription button so I can keep making content for you guys, and also hit the notification bell so you are informed every time I post a video.